Yeah, dog. Wreck to Riches here. I'm Thomas G. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. Always remember, I'm not a financial advisor. For damn sure not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. You could get wrecked. You could lose it all. Speaking of that, before we get into the video, talking about the Pulsechain Bridge. Guys, if you haven't heard, there's been a big issue out there with front ends when it comes to, for example, Wallet Connect, Ledger. I would recommend researching it and not doing any crypto for at least a day. That's what they're saying. And it's not just a Ledger issue. It's across the board. So just because you don't use a Ledger doesn't mean you're not safe from these vulnerabilities. So do some research on that. It's a dark day in crypto where I'm going to take the day off for the first time in a long time, not transact. It's weird. Weird. The day that's not safe enough to transact. But anyways, I don't want to go into that because I can't give you the technical breakdown and I don't want to give you misinformation. So you'll find it out there. Just want to redirect you. Now, the Pulsechain Bridge. All right, guys. For somebody like me, with the bags that I have in Pulsechain and Hex, and by the way, a lot of people will come at me like I'm not an investor in any of these. When the fork happened, I have well over 50 million Hex and stakes that won't even come out till mid 2025 that were forked over on Pulsechain. So now I'm at 100 million Hex. It makes me sick to my stomach because obviously it's not liquid, but if the price goes up, then it was a big play for me when I committed to that. But that's besides the point. Someone like me with the bags that I have, you would think that'd be screaming at the top of the mountains, buy Pulsechain, buy PulseX, shilling it. I've been just kind of venting about things and just going in the direction of being honest. And when I'm being honest, I'm not being fake. There's no need to be fake and act like people are not upset with the outcome of what's going on. But I've also been in the rabbit hole for a long time, like a conspiracy theorist. I'm in that position where the hopium thoughts are still there. They exist. And let me tell you a speculation that maybe not a whole lot of people will talk about. All right. This is one that's going to kind of blow your mind, or maybe it'll... Hold on. It might not blow your mind, but it's going to get you thinking. All right. Here's my thinking cap. Yesterday, Richard comes on. He took a few days off from tweeting. Everybody digested the fact that he got served, over a month ago. Obviously, he got served, and he ain't tripping on it, that's for sure. So he was tweeting back to back. He dropped some big-time alpha about the bridge. Now, any bridge I've ever used in my lifetime, you pay a bridge fee. All right? That's how they make their money. Some charge more than others. I've always hated bridge fees because, especially if you're sending a lot of money, even at a small percentage, it's like a rip-off. It doesn't feel right. Because in the real world, when you transfer money from one bank account to another, $25 wire transfers, things of that nature, where it's not like that in crypto. It's a lot of money. Okay, even at these small percentages. So the bridge had been at about 0.3% since launch. That's been removed. It's 0% bridge fee. It costs nothing to bridge. I tested it. 1 ETH in, 1 ETH out. So you send ETH from Ethereum, you pay the gas fee, right? You pay the gas fee. You pay the gas fee. That's it. That's it. You don't pay a bridge fee. So it's normally a bridge fee plus a gas fee, from whatever network you're coming from, obviously. Nobody's ever done that in the history of crypto. Ever. Now, I'm thinking, okay, there was a little bit of price action, but obviously with the uncertainty that I've been talking about with the SEC, if this had happened without the SEC FUD, man, that gives an opportunity for hundreds of millions and even billions of dollars to come in with zero bridge fee. You know how much money a person would save to come play on Pulsechain and buy Pulse and PulseX? They would save a lot of money. I mean, it's insane. The amounts are astronomical. You can't even really put it in words. So it's a big deal. Now, that being said, the sacrifice funds. Stay with me here. The sacrifice funds. The amount of money that's been held since that $1 billion sacrifice that's on the Ethereum network. I'm thinking in my brain, if Richard is as smart as I've thought he is, as much of a mastermind as I've always believed, and everything is a calculated move, even drawing in the SEC, as much as I hate the process and what we're going through, and a lot of people do too, maybe he is already so many steps ahead, knows that, they're either going to lay down the hammer on him, they can't lay down the hammer on him, or he's going to win. Something's brewing up. Something's brewing up with this bridge fee because the sacrifice funds are sitting on Ethereum. If he were to bring those sacrifice funds, all the Ethereum tokens that he got sacrificed for the Pulsechain and Pulsex sacrificed, over to Pulsechain with zero fee, think about how much money he saves doing that. And think about the power of what he can do with that money bridged over. Create a lot of FOMO. There's a lot of stuff that'll happen that will make a lot of things go parabolic. It'll bring a lot of excitement. It would be a big day for the Pulsechain ecosystem. Then you would have all eyes on Pulsechain. And Mr. $10 million wallet over here, $20 million wallet, $1 million, $100,000 wallet is saying, I can go to Pulsechain and invest in this new project that's below the price of sacrifice. Or who knows what price would be after, sacrifice funds come over. But I can go over here with no bridge fee, just pay a gas fee. Gas fee? Not gas fee plus bridge? I'll see you there in 15 minutes. That would open the floodgates of so much money to come in at such a discounted price without a bridge fee to get in the Pulsechain. So the scenario here that is going to make things really interesting is obviously this is a big thing. It has not yet surfaced on what it could do as far as a positive impact because of the nature of what's going on right now. But if that changes, if Richard finds common ground with the SEC and settles, or the SEC drops the case, anything in the plus or positive in that fashion, plus a 0% bridge fee, all of our Pulsechain and Pulsex bags and everything on the Pulsechain ecosystem, and I'm not a financial advisor, there's a strong possibility when this fool was saying, why couldn't it do 14,000x, that could be the reason why it does. Inviting that much money over with no bridge fee, that's insanity. And he'd be able to bring the sacrifice funds over. Why would he keep the sacrifice funds on Ethereum when he can bridge it to his own chain, right? And at a 0% transaction fee, bridge fee. Transaction fee is the gas fee. You do pay that. Hold on. I'm just in the rabbit hole. I'm speculating. But I am excited again. I'm not buying right now because I have so much. I've accumulated so much of, Pulse and Pulsechain, and I've had enough hex for years now. I don't need to buy any more hex. And at this point, I don't need to buy any more Pulse or Pulsex. But if for any reason it does dip again, maybe I will. My greed will set in. But I'm just sitting there going, I've bought in and out. I've increased my positions. And then I've had the feeling of extreme doubt because of what's going on and the effects of the SEC. This whole 0% bridge fee does change things. It's not immediate. Like I said, it would immediately have an impact if there was no SEC FUD and that lingering. But once that's eliminated, however long that takes and when it does take place, by God, that is a big deal. That is a really big deal. So we'll see. You can only speculate and hope. You can only speculate and hope. But man, something's brewing up. I could feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. Yeah, there's got to be. But time will tell. I could be completely wrong. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just speculating. But to me, I just smell something in the works. He's brewing up something special. Because who does that? Who's ever done that? Nobody's ever done that. What in the flying, you know what? Like, we just have to stay tuned and see. I just picture in my brain, and I even dreamt about it last night, like, oh, whoa, all that money from the sacrifice can bridge over at a 0% bridge fee and be on Pulsechain? All that real money that has real value? Oh, boy. Till next time, we'll do it again. And it's my weekend. I take Fridays and Saturdays off, so I'll see you in Sunday's video. Yeah, dog.